Who the best leader is to take on President Trump may be a key issue for many voters in this election. Shortly after Trump took over the Oval Office and imposed tariffs on Canada while threatening to make the country the 51st state, Canadians rallied to politicians who stood up to the Trump administration. Party leaders leapt into campaign mode and are attempting to convince voters they are the best person to take on the country's new challenges.
My government will put into action our plan to build a stronger economy, to create new trading relationships with reliable trading partners, and to secure our borders.
Within days of being sworn in as Prime Minister, Mark Carney went to France and England, where he reiterated Canada's close partnership, shared values, and interests with both countries. Carney was seeking closer trade ties to counter the trade war between Canada and the U.S. In an interview with Fox News in March, President Trump said he didn't care who wins the next election, and that Conservative Party leader Pierre Poilievre was no friend of his.
Yesterday, the president said that having a Liberal Prime Minister would be easier for him to deal with, just as he threatened once again to make us the 51st state. And you know what? On that point, it's true. I'm a strong leader. I'm a tough guy to deal with. I'm firm in my convictions, and I'll always put Canada first.
NDP leader Jagmeet Singh says as long as Trump is imposing tariffs and questioning Canada's sovereignty, an NDP government would not let the president into the country.
My commitment to you is this, that my team behind me, you see a new Democrat government, no minister in my government, no minister in my cabinet would ever sign an exemption for someone like Donald Trump to come to Canada as long as there are illegal tariffs, as long as there's the trade war, as long as there are threats to our democracy, to our sovereignty, to our country. No one's going to sign that exemption. He's not going to get special treatment for being a convicted criminal. As long as he's attacking your country, he's not welcome in our country.
Bloc Québécois leader Yves-François Blanchet dismisses Trump and says dollar for dollar, tariffs must be the norm, and Quebec's economy should not be sacrificed with counter tariffs.
If he believed that 25% were hard enough on us to have us bend the knee, he would be satisfied with that. But now is 50% on aluminum and steel because he uses some Quebec interest to avenge himself against Ontario, which is weird. He would never say something so stupid as to say, okay, 250% tariffs on milk and on lumberwood. 250%. What else? That's the proof of the fact that his policies haven't worked. And he doesn't have much time before his own economy, inflation and markets show him that this has already lasted long enough.
Green Party co-leader Elizabeth May, the longest-serving federal party leader, is urging her fellow party leaders to keep up a Team Canada approach in this election to prevent a Trump divide entering Canadian politics.
How do we stand united in an election campaign? This is where the call for leadership is right now, not who is best able down the road after an election to defend Canada from unfair, retaliatory trade actions or worse from the United States. We're in that fight now.
This is the third election campaign for Blanchet and Singh. Poilievre won his first election to become an MP in 2004, and Carney, well, he has never held elected office. Still, regardless of their political history, each leader must now convince Canadians they are the best leader to navigate Canada through the economic and trade upheaval that is Donald Trump.